Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to day 6 of the SOC Analyst L1 Masterclass. And I'm really glad to see so many of you staying consistent and showing up daily to build your career foundations step by step. So far we have covered SOC roles, cybersecurity basics, networking fundamentals, right, and port and protocols. And today we are also diving into the backbone of any network communication, which is IP addressing. So why today's topic is important? Because of if you are analyzing logs in SIM or identifying some malicious actors or tracking down vulnerabilities or tracking down threats. So understanding or having the knowledge of IP is absolutely essential, right? So we are going to break down the concepts of IPv4, what is IP addressing, IPv6, the difference between public and private IP, classes, subnetting, or CIDR notation. As well as I prepared some questions based on the today's sessions, like just we did on previous session quiz. So stay till the end and enjoy the stream. Okay, so many of you already available here, so I welcome you all. So hello Komal, hello Monica, hello David. Okay, so without further delay, let me start the session. So okay, सो सबसे पहले बात करते हैं कि आईपी एड्रेस होता क्या है। उससे पहले मैं आपको बता दूं कि ये एक एसओसी एनालिस्ट सीरीज़ है जिसमें हम 30 सेशंस कंप्लीट करेंगे। एंड 30 सेशंस में एसओसी L1 एसओसी एनालिस्ट के एनुअल के जो कॉन्सेप्ट्स हैं, उनके प्रैक्टिकल अप्रोच है, कौन से टूल्स का वो यूज़ करते हैं, उनको ब्रेक डाउन करने की कोशिश करेंगे। So this particular series is live on YouTube. You can check out the previous sessions if you miss any. और वहाँ पर आपको एक सेशन ट्रैकर भी मिलेगा। सो आप सेशन ट्रैकर की मदद से अपने सेशंस को ट्रैक कर सकते हैं। एंड वॉट एवर रिसोर्सेज यू विल नीड टू रीड मोर अबाउट एसोसी एनालिस्ट, द रिसोर्सेज आर ऑल्सो देयर। So, hello guys, my name is Sumit Jain and I welcome you all again. And this is something about me, like who I am. And so I am a penetration testing trainer and consultant having 10 plus years of experience in various fields of cybersecurity, conducting workshops, training, or internships for students or for professionals. And my specialization in blue or red team operations, threat detections, or incident response, right? So let's start. So first we have like what is IP addressing actually, what you will understand when you hear the term IP addressing. So there are two types of address we have in networking, which is logical address or physical address. So which physical address, as we already discussed about in our previous session. So MAC address is the known as physical address and the logical address is known as IP address, right? So what we do, we will try to break down the logical address and why the IP address is important. So IP address is basically a unique identifier assigned to each device on a network. Whenever you are connecting with the network, a identifier number will be assigned to you. And who will provide this identifier number? We will talk about that. But that number is known as IP addressing. जस्ट लाइक कि जब आप एक हाउस परचेज करते हो, सो आपका एक हाउस नंबर असाइन होता है, दैट्स द आइडेंटिटी ऑफ यू। अगर आप कुछ भी डिलीवर करोगे तो उस हाउस नंबर पे डिलीवर करोगे, या कोई भी आप रिसीव करोगे तो उस हाउस नंबर पे आप रिसीवर करोगे, राइट? सो एक यूनिक आइडेंटिटी नंबर आपकी डिवाइसेस को भी असाइन होता है वेन एवर यू आर कनेक्टिंग ऑन ए नेटवर्क, लाइक आप इंटरनेट का यूज़ कर रहे हो या प्राइवेट नेटवर्क में हो। सो एक आईपी एड्रेस आपको असाइन हो जाता है। इस आईपी एड्रेस की मदद से ही मल्टीपल जो डिवाइसेस हैं वो आपस में कम्युनिकेट कर पाती हैं, ठीक है? अगर हम अपने सिस्टम से आईपी एड्रेस असाइन ना करें या आईपी एड्रेस को किसी तरह से रिमूव कर दें, सो बेसिकली आप नेटवर्क में होगे ही नहीं। यू आर नॉट इन द नेटवर्क एंड यू आर नॉट अलाउड टू कम्युनिकेट विद अदर डिवाइसेस और अक्रॉस द नेटवर्क। So that's why the IP address is very important in networking, and it has two main versions, which is IPv4 and IPv6. Okay, so IPv4, what you will understand by it. So this is something like I try to put an example, which is 192.168.1.1. So this is the IPv4 format, right? And in this particular format, we have 4 octets in which you will assign some bits, and when you end this session, you will properly understand like what is actually IPv4 addressing system, and how you will exactly write the 192 or 168.1.1. And the second version we have is IPv6. So this is looks like this. I already provide an example. So right now, whenever you are connecting with a network, the IPv4 or IPv6, that depends on the ISP you choose, a IP address will assign to you. Like if I try to show you the IP address of mine, so if I can visit this website, which is whatismyipaddress.com, and sorry, I provide the target name wrong, website name wrong. So the website name is whatismyipaddress.com. And when you open the website, it will automatically track or show you the IP address of your network. So right now, the IPv6 address I have for my network is looks like this, and this is my IPv4 address. And if you see the my IP information, which is the ISP is Bharti Airtel, the city, region, and country, right? But this is not the IP address we need to track out. Like this is also important, but this is public IP address. And the more IP address we need to design a network, to build a network, or mainly for MITM attacks or whatever we have, we need private IP address. So that's why the knowledge of IP addressing in details is essential, and you need to learn more about it. So whatever I can cover in this session, I will. But as you see, like in 1 hour, I cannot complete everything. I cannot cover everything about the IP address. So it should be great if you read the IP address more through some books or the online resources that are available on the internet. Okay, so if we talk about the IPv4 addressing basics, so what it is actually, it is a 32-bit address divided into 4 octets, as you see before, and the total size is 32-bit, but we will divide into 4 octets, so 8 bits per octet. That's the size of IPv4 address, and it is written in decimal format, dotted decimal format, which is 192.168.0.1. But the way we are seeing the IPv4 address in our system is in decimal format, but the computer is storing this particular address in binary format, right? So एक्चुअली फॉर सीइंग पर्पस जब हम आईपी एड्रेस को लिखते हैं समझते हैं, तो हम डेसिमल में इसकी बात करते हैं, बट एक्चुअल में आईपी एड्रेस आपका वी4 जो एड्रेस है वो बाइनरी में आपको दिया जाता है. And the range, if I talk about the range of each octet, so it should be from 0 to 255, right? And the total possible addresses we have is 4.3 billion, right? Why? So if you multiply this, like we have the octet range from 0 to 255. If you calculate the 2 to the power 32, so you will get 4.3 billion IP addresses we have. But what happened? Why we need IPv6 addressing system when we already have IPv4? So the answer is very simple. Like in today's world, every devices needs a IP address, right? And the cloud server also need, the web server also need, and then there are mobile networks are also there. So this particular IP addresses the have we have is we do not have proper or particular IP address for each person on the earth. So that's why we need IPv6 address, which has more IP addresses in total compared to IPv4 address. Okay, so then we have IPv4 address classes. So this is the classes of IPv4 address, which is A, B, or C. And if you talk about the network bits, so in class A, the network bits are 8, the host bits are 24. The in class B, the network bits are 16 and host bits are 16. And in class C, which you normally use, so you have 24 network bits and 8 bits of host. If we talk about the address ranges, then it will, class A starts with 1 and ends with 126. Then B starts with 128 and ends with 191. And class C starts with 192 and ends with 223. So this is the range of IPv4 addresses, and these are not only classes we have two more classes, which is D and E. So the D starts with 224, ends with 239, and the rest of IP address is known as class E. Okay, so now what you need to understand the difference between public and private IP addresses. So these are the ranges of public IP addresses, which is 10 to 10.0.0.0 to 10.255.255.255. Then class B, we have 172.16.0.0 to 172.31.255.255. Then class C from 192.168.0.0 to 192.168.255.255. Right? So why we need two types of IP addresses, which is divided into public and private. So the public IPs are routable on the internet. So whenever you buy a internet connection, a public IP will be given to you. And right now, like I'm connected with my broadband, so a public IP is given to me, and the IP you are seeing through this website, this is my public IP address, which is provided by my ISP. Whatever broadband I'm using the Airtel broadband, so this IP is given to me via the Airtel ISP. But I also need private IP addresses as well. Why? Because I need to communicate with my devices in my local network. Suppose I'm connected with multiple operating systems using this broadband. So if I want to connect with them, so I will not use public IP. I will use private IP. So that's why whenever you are using a internet connection, you will have both IP addresses. Private IP addresses that is provided by the DHCP server, and public IP addresses which is provided by the ISP server. Using public IP, you can communicate with a public server, and private IP, using private IP, you can communicate with your local network devices. The devices that are available in your local network, you can only communicate with them using private IP addresses. Then one more important thing we have in IP addressing system is subnetting. So what is subnet actually? So subnet is actually something like dividing a network into some स्मॉलर नेटवर्क्स, राइट. सबनेट को आप कुछ ऐसे समझ सकते हो कि सपोज करो कि एक हमने छोटा सा नेटवर्क डिज़ाइन किया, और उस नेटवर्क में आपको 256 जो डिवाइसेस हैं उतनी अनेबल नहीं करनी है. फॉर सम सिक्योरिटी रिस्ट्रिक्शंस यू ओनली वांट टू कनेक्ट 5 डिवाइसेस. सो अगर आप एक प्राइवेट आईपी की रेंज चूज करते हो, so automatically 256 devices can connect with them if you are using the class C network, right? But आपको चाहिए कि आप उस नेटवर्क में सिर्फ 10 डिवाइसेस ही कनेक्ट करना चाहते हो. सो देन यू विल नीड टू डिवाइड द नेटवर्क इनटू सबनेट्स. So subnet meaning is what is meaning of subnet is breaking your network or dividing your network into smaller parts. अगर हम अपने लार्ज नेटवर्क को छोटे छोटे नेटवर्क्स में डिवाइड कर दें तो उसको हम सबनेट बोलते हैं, और सबनेट करने का जो प्रोसेस है उसको बोलते हैं सबनेटिंग. So subnetting or having the knowledge of subnetting is very important in your cyber security journey, right? आपको पता होना चाहिए कि सबनेट कैसे कैलकुलेट करते हैं, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि CIDR नोटेशंस क्या होते हैं, आपको पता होना चाहिए कि सबनेट मास्क के थ्रू क्लासेस को हम कैसे आइडेंटिफाई करते हैं, राइट। सो सबनेट आपके IP एड्रेस मैनेजमेंट के लिए बहुत ज़्यादा इंपॉर्टेंट है। ये आपके ब्रॉडकास्ट ट्रैफिक को रिड्यूस करते हैं और ये सबनेट मास्क के अकॉर्डिंग आपको दिखाए जाते हैं। सो सपोज करो कि अगर कुछ ऐसा आपको लिखा हुआ दिखाई दे कि 192.168.1.0/24। सो यहाँ पर सबसे पहले तो आपको ये देखना होगा कि ये IP जो एड्रेस है वो कौन सी टाइप की है। अगर आप इसको देखोगे, सो 192.168 ये आपका प्राइवेट IP है। प्राइवेट IP की जो क्लास C की शुरुआत होती है वो आपके लाइक सी हेयर 192.168 से होती है। These are the private IP addresses. If you see 172.16 to 172.31, so it will be class B. So अगर आपको 192.168 दिखाई देता है, so you will automatically understand like it will be a private class. And then 1.0. So इतना हमको पता था कि IPv4 के अंदर जो क्लास C होता है उसमें 24 बिट्स नेटवर्क के होते हैं, यानी कि आपका जो 192.168.1 यहाँ तक जो चीज़ है ये नेटवर्क है, एंड 0 जो है वो होस्ट है, और एक ऑक्टेट में 8 बिट होते हैं। सो अगर आप इसको कैलकुलेट करते हो, सो इस पर्टिकुलर ऑक्टेट पर जहाँ पर 0 लिखा हुआ है वहाँ पर आप 256 IPs को कनेक्ट कर सकते हो। अगर आप इसको 0 से 255 तक कनेक्ट कराओगे, सो ऑटोमेटिकली इट विल बी 256 इफ वी एड इट, राइट। सो हम जब सबनेट प्रोवाइड कराते हैं या फिर हमको शो अप करना होता है कि कितने सबनेट हमने यूज़ किए हैं, या इफ वी डिवाइडेड आवर नेटवर्क इनटू स्मॉल पार्ट, तो हम CIDR नोटेशन का यूज़ करते हैं। सो दिस /24 इज नोन एज CIDR नोटेशन, right? And this is known as CIDR, means classless interdomain routing, right? So /24 indicates 24 bits are network bits, and this is the subnet mask. So how this subnet mask is came up with, like /24 है आपके पास, तो हम इसको 8 बिट को अगर कैलकुलेट करें, सो 8 बिट का जो मास्क आता है वो 255 आता है। सो 8 + 8 + 8, सो इट विल बी 255.255.255। सपोज करो कि यहाँ पर 25 होता, नॉट 24, यहाँ पर 25 होता, सो व्हाट इट विल बिकेम 255.255.255.128, बिकॉज 8 + 8 + 8 + 1, राइट। थोड़ा सा मैं इसको और लिखकर समझाने की कोशिश करता हूँ तो आपको थोड़ा सा और बेटर समझ में आएगा। कि सपोज करो कि आपके पास ही कुछ ऐसा होता कि 192.168.1.0/26। सो इसको आप कैसे समझते, आप इसको या कैसे पढ़ते, आप बोलते कि ये एक /26 का CIDR नोटेशन है। सो इसका मतलब क्या हुआ कि अगर हम इसको लिखना चाहें तो हम इसको लिखेंगे कि 8 + 8 + 8 + 2, राइट, क्योंकि हम 8 के आपके ऑक्टेट बना रहे हैं। सो टोटली 26 हो जाएगा। इन दैट केस आपके जो 8 बिट की वैल्यू है वो होती है 255, जो सेकंड 8 है अगेन 255, जो थर्ड 8 है अगेन 255, एंड देन आपके पास दो नेटवर्क बिट्स और बच गई। तो अगर आप एक एक बिट को कैलकुलेट करोगे, सो पहली बिट जो होती है, मैं इसको नेक्स्ट लाइन में लिखता हूँ, पहली बिट जो होती है वो होती है 128 की, दूसरी जो होती है वो होती है 64 पे, तीसरी होती है 32 पे, फिर 16, फिर 8, फिर 4, फिर 2, फिर 1। इसको आप कुछ ऐसे भी समझ सकते हो, लाइक 2�7, 2�6, 2⁵, 2⁴, देन 2⁵, 2⁵2, 2⁵1, राइट, और 2⁵0। सो इसको हम जब लिखेंगे तो मुझे 2 बिट का चूज करना है। सो 128 एंड 64, एंड ये जब आप इसको ऐड करोगे तो आपके पास वैल्यू आएगा 192। सो अगर ये 26 होता तो आपके पास सबनेट मास्क आता 255.255.255.192। दिस विल बी द सबनेट मास्क ऑफ योर्स। So now tell me and try to सॉल्व दिस, लाइक सपोज यहाँ पर मैं इसको लिख देता हूँ कि ये 28 है. सो व्हाट विल बी द सबनेट मास्क? टेल मी इन द कमेंट्स what will be the subnet mask if you see this CIDI notation which is 28. If you are getting my point, if you are understanding, or drop some comments, tell me what is the subnet mask of this CIDR notation, which is 192.168.1.0/28. Tell me in the comments, like आपको समझ में आ रहा है what I'm talking about, कि सबनेट मास्क होता क्या है. इसको मैं थोड़ा सा और एक्सप्लेन करने की कोशिश करूंगा इफ़ यू आर नॉट गेटिंग माई पॉइंट, कि किस तरीके से आप सबनेट मास्क को कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो. सो व्हाट शुड बी द आंसर? टेल मी, आप कैसे इसको कैलकुलेट करोगे? ऑब्वियसली दिस इज क्लास सी, और यहाँ पर सी आई डी आर नोटेशन आपके पास 28 का है. सो इन दैट केस व्हाट विल बी द सबनेट मास्क? अगर आपके पास 28 बिट का सी आई डी आर नोटेशन है, सो आपका सबनेट मास्क क्या होना चाहिए? और अगर आप नेटवर्क बना रहे हो, सो व्हाट सबनेट मास्क यू विल यूज? So let me check the comments. Hi Veris Khan, hi Ravi, hello Sachin, hello Kishandhar Sharma, hello Arvind. So I got one comment which is saying by posted by Mr. Hacker. So saying like I should focus on practical. So practical sessions are also available, but for SOC analyst and someone is beginning, so it's essential to give the some basic topics, like the folks who are joining my stream are beginners, so I have to provide some basic insights of like what is basic things or what they need to read about. So that's why some of these sessions are theory based. But when we pass this, when we completely understand the networking and Linux, then after that we will move with the practical part. So you can either you can reread these topics, or you can join after few days. So no one here, tell me, no one here actually understand the subnetting. I got no comments from your side. Like what will be the subnet mask of 28 bit, 28 CIDR notation? Okay, so the CIDR notation 28 will be 240. How? Because 8 plus 8 plus 8, which is 24, and then 4 bits are more than 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16. So 240 will be the correct answer. शायद आपको सबनेट मास्क में थोड़ा सा समझ में नहीं आ रहा होगा, या फिर आपको सबनेट मास्क सबनेटिंग में थोड़ी सी प्रॉब्लम होगी. सो कोई दिक्कत नहीं है, मैं इसको थोड़ा सा और एक्सपेंड करने की कोशिश करता हूँ. सो हमने बात की IPv4 एड्रेसिंग के बारे में. IPv4 का आप एनाटॉमी समझो कि एक्चुअली ये किस तरीके से डिज़ाइंड होता है. देखो, आपके पास 4 ऑक्टेट हैं जिसमें टोटल 32 बिट्स आपको स्टोर करने हैं, और एक ऑक्टेट में आपके 8 बिट होते हैं, जिसको अगर आप बाइनरी में लिखोगे सो आप कुछ इस तरीके से लिख सकते हो. तो एक ऑक्टेट में 8 बिट हैं, जिसको या तो हम एक बाइट भी बोलते हैं या एक ऑक्टेट भी बोलते हैं. ठीक है. और टोटल अपने पास जो 4 ऑक्टेट हैं, तो टोटल मिलाकर हमारे पास 32 बिट होते हैं. इस एक ऑक्टेट में आपके पास कुछ वैल्यू जो आती हैं वो कुछ इस तरीके से आती हैं कि 2 की पावर 7 प्लस 2 की पावर 6 प्लस 2 की पावर 5 2 की पावर 4 प्लस 2 की पावर 3 2 की पावर 2, 2 की पावर 1 एंड 2 की पावर 0। सो अगर हम इसको कैलकुलेट करें, सो आपको हर ऑक्टेट में कुछ ऐसा देखने को मिलेगा, 128, 64, 32, 16, 8, 4, 2, 1, राइट। सो अगर आप इसकी एनाटॉमी को समझते हो तो कुछ ऐसा लिखा हुआ होता है, ठीक है, कि 88 बिट्स के आपके पास सेक्शंस हैं। अब जब आप सबनेट मास्क कैलकुलेट करते हो तो आपको ये कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा कि एक्चुअली में हाउ मैनी बिट्स वी हैव। अगर जैसे आपके पास 24 है, 25 है, 16 है, 18 है, 21 है या 30 है या फिर 12 है, सो आपको ये समझना पड़ेगा कि कितनी बिट्स आपके पास अवेलेबल है, उसी के अकॉर्डिंग आप कैलकुलेट करोगे। 8 बिट का जो ऑक्टेट है हमको उससे ज़्यादा नहीं लेना है, तो आप उसको 8 बिट से डिवाइड करोगे। सपोज लाइक माई क्वेश्चन वाज 28 CIDR, सो आप 28 को 8 से डिवाइड कर दो। जब आप 28 को 8 से डिवाइड करोगे सो यू विल गेट 3 एंड देन द रिमेनिंग इज 4। सो आपके 3 तो ऑक्टेट पूरे हैं एंड देन द फोर्थ ऑक्टेट विल बी एम्प्टी एंड इट हैज़ 4 बिट्स। सो जब आप इसको कन्वर्ट करोगे 8 बिट्स को पूरे को, तो ये 255 आता है। तो 255.255.255 and then the four bits we have, which is 128 plus 64 plus 32 and 16। अगर मैं इनको कैलकुलेट करूंगा तो 240 आएगा। So that's why I said like this is the answer of this question. Are you getting my point? Okay, so now if you want to dive more into this particular section, so you can break it down with network portion or host portion. So we will break down the IP address in two parts. So the network part is like your identity, your network identity, and the host part is the machine identity, right? So suppose let's see this examples, like your street name is this 7682. So then so your host address will be 7682. This will be your machine identity. So your full address will be like Wilshire Drive and 7682. And if you want to check the IPv4 address on your system, so the command will be ipconfig. In Windows environment, you will run this command in your CMD and you will get the output look like this. So here, if you see it, three things are important, which is IPv4 address, subnet mask, and default gateway. So the IPv4 address, which will be assigned by the DHCP server, subnet mask is telling us the network bits are used in a network, and then the default gateway. So it will be the IP address of router. You can convert looks like this. So whenever we converting these 8 bits, so how you will get the 255? So that's how you will get 128 plus 64 plus 32 plus 16 plus 8, 4, 2, 1. So if you remember this, you will surely calculate the subnet mask. You just have to remember this. Okay, so see here, like if I calculate or add these 8 bits, so if we calculate in binary or if we calculate in a decimal, so in decimal we will get 255, or in binary we will get 8 times 1, right? So if you know the conversion from binary to decimal or decimal to binary, you will surely get the IP addresses of yours. So these are some exercises, like how you can convert the binary or 100000011 in decimal. So these are the chart you can follow up. These will be available in your resources section. So try to read this whole worksheet where you will have some questions. I put out some questions so you can easily solve it and try to understand more about subnetting. So these are again simplified with the classes. So in class A, there are 8 bits of network. In class B, there are 16 bits of network. And in class C, there are 24 bits of network. Right? So that's why I said earlier, like in class A, you have 8-bit network and 24-bit hosts. In class B, you have 16-bit network and 16-bit host. And in class C, you have 24-bit network and 8 bits host. And these are the default subnet mask of each classes. So the default subnet mask for class C will be 255.255.0.0. In class B, it will be 255.255.0.0. And in class A, it will be 255.255.0.0. So now, so tell me, like, let's solve some questions. So tell me, what classes are the following IP address? This IP address particularly belongs to which class? Tell me in the comment which class belongs to this first IP address. See, you need to read out this IP addresses very carefully, and it is the slides I showed to you is all available in your resources section, and the resources section is the link of this resources section. It is already available on your video description. Go check that out. So tell me the answer of this first question. What classes are of this first IP? Right, class A. So Sachin got the answer, class A. And the second, the class of second IP address, the class of second IP address. So Abhijit is also right, Sandeep is also right, Monica is also right, and the answer for the second question is class B. And the answer for the third question is class C. Okay, so these are some basic questions, and you can read out more with the CIDR notation. So let's dive deep into CIDR notation. So what CIDR notation is actually is classless interdomain routing. So this is particularly एक मेथड है सबनेटिंग करने के लिए, और ये जो स्लैश नोटेशन होता है ये बताएगा कि आपके नेटवर्क में कितने बिट असाइन किए गए हैं, ताकि आप सबनेट मास्क कैलकुलेट कर सको। और सबनेट मास्क से ही आपके डिवाइसेस को ये पता चलता है कि कितने इसमें होस्ट कनेक्टेड हैं। ठीक है, तो अगर मान लो कि आपके पास कुछ ऐसा लिखा हुआ हो कि /8, सो इसका मतलब आप इसको अगर डेसिमल में कन्वर्ट करोगे तो 8 बिट को आप कन्वर्ट कर सकते हो, लाइक द फ्रॉम हेयर, ये पूरी 8 बिट है। सो अगर आप इनको सबको ऐड करोगे तो आपको 255 मिलेगा, अगर आप इन सबको ऐड करोगे तो, क्योंकि 8 बिट है ना, तो आप इसको ऐसे भी कैलकुलेट कर सकते हो 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8, और क्योंकि पूरा का पूरा 8 बिट काम में लिया है हमने, तो हम इसको 255 लिख देंगे। सो द आंसर फॉर दिस इज 255। बट अगर यहाँ पे मान लो कि 10 होता, तो इसका मतलब 8 + 2, तो 255, एंड देन आपको जो दो एक्स्ट्रा बिट हैं उनके लिए भी कैलकुलेट करना पड़ता। सो हमने अगर इसको 10 लिया होता, सो दो एक्स्ट्रा बिट के लिए आप लिखते 255 प्लस 128 और 64। सो ये हो जाता 255.192 एंड देन 00, जो रिमेनिंग ऑक्टेट है उनमें 00 आएगा। सो ये आपके 2 की पावर के रिजल्ट हैं, इनको आप देख सकते हो। सो आप 2 की पावर को या तो मेमोराइज भी कर सकते हो, या फिर आप उसको कैलकुलेट भी कर सकते हो। ठीक है, दीज आर द डिफरेंस बिटवीन पब्लिक एंड प्राइवेट। सो पब्लिक वी ऑलरेडी डिस्कस्ड अबाउट इट। and these are the ranges of private IP addresses. So how many net net IP addresses we have per network ID? So in class C we have 254 IP addresses. In class B we have 65,534, and this is the number of IP addresses we have in class A per network ID. And how many networks we have in class C? We have 256 networks. In class B we have 16 networks, and in class A we have one network. Then the loopback addresses, which is reserved for loopback, you also known these addresses as localhost address. So there is a certain range which is 127.0.0 127.255.255.255. These addresses are known as localhost addresses. So you often see these addresses whenever you are hosting something on your local host. ओके, सो सबनेटिंग को भी हमें थोड़ा सा और पढ़ना होगा. तो आप सबनेटिंग को थोड़ा सा समझ सकते हो, हाउ यू कैन कैलकुलेट द सबनेट्स. बट कैलकुलेटिंग द सबनेट्स आर वेरी इजी if you are not particularly the person who wants to calculate it, so you can remember it also. Like अगर आपके 24 CIDR दिया हुआ है, so what will be the subnet mask? This is the subnet mask when you have CIDR 24. When you have the CIDR 25, so this will be the subnet mask. When you have 26, so this, then 27, then 28 or 29 or 30. अगर आप इसको प्रॉपरली कैलकुलेट करना चाहते हो, सो फिर आपको इसको कैलकुलेट करना पड़ेगा यूजिंग मैथमेटिक्स. ये क्लास बी का चार्ट है, एंड दिस इज द चार्ट फॉर क्लास ए. सो व्हाट आई सजेस्ट कि इसको आप रीड करने से ज़्यादा और कैलकुलेट करने पे फोकस करो. जितना आप इसको कैलकुलेट करने में समझोगे, उतना ही आपको सबनेट मास्क को समझने में आसानी होगी. You will get familiar with it, right? So you can read out this slide whenever you will get some time, and in this particular PDF everything is available. Go check that out. Okay, now I have something. So how you can check your IP addresses? So if you are using Windows system, then you can check with the IP config. This is the command which you can type in your CMD, and the output will be the output you will get the IP addresses and subnet mask. Then if you are using the Linux operating system, so you can type ifconfig or IPA. These two are the commands you can use to check out the IP addresses. And if you want to check the public IP addresses, then you have a website like what is my IP or what is my IP addresses.com. There are plenty of website, or you can simply type Google my IP, so Google is also displayed your IP. Okay, and why we need the IP addressing in SOC? So it will helps you in log analysis. It will also help you in identifying the attack resources, setting up the firewall rules, or the network segmentation monitoring. So that's why the understanding of IP address in SOC is essential, and I will try to give you the insights like how these addresses works. So you have to remember the ranges of classes IPv4. The IPv6 is not particularly useful in private networks, so that's why the whole scenario is based on IPv4 addresses. Now I want to announce a giveaway. So if you share the clip of this stream or any of my previous stream on your LinkedIn, so you will get a chance to attend my next workshop of network penetration testing. So it will be a 15 days workshop which will be happened on over Zoom. So you will get a free seat in that workshop. And how to participate in this giveaway? So you have to share a clip of this stream on LinkedIn, tag me, and tell me in the comment, in the caption, like how these streams are helpful in your journey. And the rules we have to qualify, like you must tag me, and you will have to use the hashtag or these two hashtags, and your clip should be shared between uh, 11 or 15 July. Before 15 July, you can share it. And the winners will be announced on 18th of July. So this workshop is paid and it will be happening on the last week of July. So I will start this workshop in last week of July. So in next week the registrations are open, but if you do this, you will get maybe you will get a chance to get the free seat. Okay, so now it will be the quiz time. So hopefully you will get uh, some important information related to these classes and the IP addresses. So let's do a quiz with you. So hopefully you will get some more insights. So now tell me the answer for question number 1. So I will read the question again, which is, which of the following is a valid IPv4 address? You have to tell me the answer in the comments, which is the following is a valid IPv4 address. So you are seeing 4 IPv4 addresses here. So these are not all valid. One is valid. So I got some answers. So Sandeep, Sachin, both are right, and Ankit, you are wrong. So B is the right answer, 172.16.0.1. This is the right answer for IPv4 address, because the IPv4 address cannot extend with 255. And if you see in the answer A, which is 300, and in C and D is also 256 or 256. So the answer should be B. The second question is, what is the default subnet mask for class C IP addresses? क्लास सी आईपी एड्रेस का डिफॉल्ट सबनेट मास्क क्या होता है? ऑप्शन नंबर 1, 192.168. Sorry, 255.0.0.0, 255.255.0.0, 255.255.0.0, and then the 255.255, 255 and 255. So what will be the right answer? The default subnet mask for class C. So yes, C is the right answer. Then, so which classes of IP is reserved for multicast addresses? So there are 5 classes we have of IP addresses from A to E, and one class is reserved for multicast addresses. So you have to tell me the answer of this question, like what is multicast address and what classes we have reserved for multicast. So the correct answer is C. And why? What is multicast address actually? Tell me in the comments what is multiclass. Multicast address. What is multicast addresses? सो देखो, मल्टीकास्ट एड्रेसेस बेसिकली कुछ ऐसे स्पेशल आईपी एड्रेसेस होते हैं जिनको पर्टिकुलरली कुछ ऐसे डिज़ाइन किया जाता है कि अगर आपको डेटा को एक मल्टीपल डिवाइसेस पे भेजना है एक साथ, लेकिन सिर्फ उन्हीं डिवाइसेस पे जिन्होंने उसको सब्सक्राइब किया हो या पर्टिकुलरली इंटरेस्टेड हो। सो जैसे हम ब्रॉडकास्ट करते हैं अपने डेटा को जो कि सबके पास जाता है, तो मल्टीकास्ट में वो कुछ पर्टिकुलर पर्सनस के पास जाएगा, राइट। सो इसलिए क्लास डी के जो एड्रेसेस हैं वो आपके मल्टीकास्ट एड्रेस में जाने जाते हैं। सो द आंसर विल बी ऑप्शन सी। द नेक्स्ट वी हैव, so what does CIDR24 represent? So tell me, what does CIDR24 represent? what does CIDR24 represent? If you know the answer, please tell me. What does CIDR24 represent? Is it 24 host bits? Is it 24 total bits? Is it 24 bits for network portion? Or is it subnet mask? So Sandeep, your answer is wrong. This is not the total bits. The answer is C, 24 bits for network portion. Because whenever we uh, use the CIDR notation, it only represents the network part, not the host part. So 24 bits of network portion is the right answer. Then, which of these is not a private IP ranges? You have to tell me कि कौन सी रेंज आपकी प्राइवेट आईपी की रेंज नहीं है. This is very simple question. You can answer it. Come on. Which of these is not a private IP ranges? So the answer will be D, 8.8.8.8. This is known as Google DNS IP, so that's why. So बहुत सारे लोग लाइव पे हैं बट अभी तक किसी ने लाइक नहीं किया वीडियो को एंड सम ऑफ फोक्स आर नॉट सब्सक्राइब्ड yet. So make sure to like the video and subscribe it so you will not miss any future live streams which will be happened regularly for SOC and other part of cyber security. Like I'm planning to do a ethical hacking series as well and penetration testing series as well. So now there are a few more true or false conditions. So let's solve these. So there are some statements here. So IPv6 addresses are 128 bits long. So is it true or false? IPv6 addresses are 128 bits long. The question number 6, which is a true false statement. So you have to tell me uh, is this statement is true or wrong. So whenever while you are giving me the answer, I will take a question from Sunil. So Sunil is asking is it necessary to work with EDR tools in SOC L1 and can we also use Microsoft Defender for that? So yes, you have to work with EDR tools, but like why you have to understand like what your primary responsibilities are, and the EDR, which is endpoint detection and response tools, are more effectively or actively used by L2 or L3 analyst for investigation purpose or response purpose. But so whenever they are using L2 or L3 using the EDR tools, so L1 analysts are required to understand the basic EDR concepts, the EDR alerts generated in the SIM tools, and then you can escalate the incidents. So the basic knowledge is important. You do not have to directly operate the EDR console as much, but the basic knowledge like how EDR tools works and how to intercept the alerts if it is important. So that's why. And you can use the second question of your, like you can use the Microsoft Defender. So yes, absolutely you can use it. So the answer is true. Then the question is 7. The IP address is valid. So I think you will get this, like this is false. Question number 8. Tell me the answer for question number 8. Is it true or is it false? The answer for question number 8, is it true or is it false? So question number 8 is true. Subnetting is used to divide a large network into smaller networks. And the question number 9. So let me show you. Private IP addresses can be used on the internet without NAT, which is network address translation. So can you use the private IP addresses without the need of network address translation, which is known as NAT? Tell me, is it true or false? The answer for question number 9, is it true or false? Okay, false. So the Hans and let's learn logically with fun is also right. This is false. And the final question we have is, the IP addresses helps SOC analyst trace attackers and suspicious traffic. So is it true or false? The IP addresses will help the SOC analyst trace attackers and suspicious traffic. Is it true? Yes, it is true. Okay, so these are the some basic questions I prepared with this uh, for IP addresses, and prepared and present to with you in form of quiz. So but what I suggest, like, you need to read with this particular PDF. This has more depth, designed with more interesting things which you need to understand with IP addresses. So hopefully you will read these slides, and this particular resources are available on the your session tracker. So go check out the session tracker. The link is available in the description. uh, Check out, you will find out every session details plus resources. A drive link is also there, so you can easily open the drive and find out the resources. There are some quizzes, assignments, or assignments are also there. So you will need in your future, or maybe you will need here. Okay, so now if you have any questions, you can ask me. Let's take some questions. So resources links is also available. Session tracker, the drive link, the Telegram group, you can join it for your doubt discussion. You can join the WhatsApp community as well for batches alert. You can check me out on LinkedIn. You can check me out on YouTube. Make sure to like the video. And now if you have any questions, you can ask me. So, okay, I got one question from Sunil. For example, some organizations use Splunk as their SIM, while others use IBM QRadar, and the same applies to EDR and SOAR today tools as well. So, which tools should I master and how should I find? So, Sunil, it completely depends on the organization purpose actually. The Splunk and IBM both are the industry specific rules. It's in the industry specific tools. So you cannot compare with each other. But yes, the Splunk is used more in the networks. So it's better to learn the Splunk first, and then you can go with the QRadar. So having the knowledge of Splunk is essential, but you can also check out the QRadar tool as well. Any more questions? So Sandeep is asking any book for network testing which you recommend. So Sandeep, you can check out the Packet Publishers. They have plenty of important or useful books. So it will surely help you in network testing. Packet Publishers, you can check out their websites. You can check out their website and find some book for it. So thank you everyone for joining this stream. Make sure you will like the video, and if you haven't subscribed it yet, do subscribe. Share the clip on the LinkedIn. Tag me and get a chance to win the free entry on my next penetration testing workshop, which will be happening in the last week of July. Right? It will be a 15 days workshop, so you will get a chance to learn with me for free. So now the next stream for this it will be happened on Friday of 11th of July 2025, and the topic will be Linux operating system. So now we will move with the practical part and first understand the Linux operating system. So the basic commands you will need, the hands-on, how to install the Linux in your Windows environment. So virtualization we will be talk about, and some basic commands, and the commands you need to understand from cyber security perspective. So that will be the agenda of our next stream. So make sure you will turn on all the notifications. So click on the bell icon so you will not miss any updates from my channel. So thank you everyone again. Take care. Bye bye. See you on Friday. Have a great day.